Hey guys, how is everyone doing? It's been a while, but I'm back in and I have some great video ideas that I'm working on that can help you with your learning and development this year. 2025 has probably been the biggest learning year of my life as a solo developer. Not because I watched more tutorials, but because I actually shipped an app, got paid users, and dealt with all the real problems that come with it. That app is called Fast Folders, and in this video I want to break down what I learned, from the first idea to shipping, to handling real customers who expect things to actually work. If you're a solo dev, indie hacker, or thinking about building your first paid app, this video will probably save you months of mistakes. The biggest misconception I had at the start was thinking the idea was everything. I spent way too much time overthinking whether Fast Folders was good enough or unique enough. What I learned is that ideas don't matter nearly as much as execution and follow-through. Fast Folders started as a simple pain point I personally had, organising chats faster. Nothing revolutionary, the concept had already been created for other LLMs. But because I actually used it every day, I could feel when something was annoying or slow. That's what made the difference. Solving your own problem gives you built-in validation and way better instincts. As Fast Folders started getting more paid users, I quickly realised that front-end bugs were the most dangerous ones. A broken UI, a button not responding, or a flow failing silently. That's enough to lose trust instantly. This is where today's sponsor TestSprite comes into play. With their MCP server, which lets me test real user flows automatically instead of relying on manual checks, I can spin up tests that actually interact with the front end, clicking buttons, navigating screens, and validating that things behave the way users expect. What I like is that it fits really well into a solo dev workflow. I don't need a full QA setup. I just point TestSprite at the app, run front-end tests, and catch issues before shipping. It's especially useful when I'm iterating quickly or pushing frequent updates. If you want to try it yourself, TestSprite has a starter plan with a free first month. Then it's $19 from the second month, which includes 400 credits per month, access to advanced models, optimized execution, and priority support. For any solo dev shipping to real users, this kind of automated front-end testing saves time, stress, and a lot of late-night hotfixes. Thanks to TestSprite for sponsoring this video. The moment I shipped Fast Folders publicly, everything changed. I still remember that day when I first uploaded it to the Chrome extension store, 19th of January 2025. Suddenly, it wasn't just my project anymore. It was something people could judge, complain about, and pay for. Shipping forces clarity. Bugs become obvious. UX flaws show up immediately and consistently. And features you thought were important, sometimes no one cares about. This was uncomfortable at first, but it's also where the real learning happened. You don't truly understand your product until strangers start using it in ways you didn't expect. There has to be constant improvement too. You shouldn't just ship an app and then leave it and think, that's it, it's perfect, because it never will be. You will get feedback, good and bad, and you should listen to this and consistently improve. The first time someone paid for Fast Folders, it completely reframed how I think about building software. At that moment, my product was very minimal, and I didn't think anyone would pay for it at this stage. I just wanted the initial product to be out there. Free users are great, but paid users are honest. When money is involved, expectations go way up. People want reliability, support, and clarity. That pushed me to clean up onboarding, improve performance, and take edge cases seriously. It sometimes gets to the point where I complete more customer service requests than actual development. But I don't mind this because it proves to me that this project is useful. It also showed me that people will pay for small, focused tools as long as they clearly solve a real problem. What's more amazing is that this little project of mine is solving people's problems from all across the world. It's truly mind-blowing how far it can reach. One of the biggest surprises was how much work happens outside of coding. Customer emails, bug reports, refunds, feature requests. It adds up fast. I had to learn how to prioritize properly, say no to features that didn't align with the product, and avoid turning Fast Folders into a bloated mess. This is where building a paid product teaches discipline. You can't just build for fun anymore. Every decision has a cost. If I was starting Fast Folders again from scratch, the first thing I'd change is how early I involved users. I waited too long to ask for feedback because I wanted things to feel ready. Looking back, that mindset cost me time. Early feedback doesn't slow you down, it sharpens your direction. Even a handful of users can reveal confusing flows, missing features, or assumptions you didn't even realize you were making. I'd open that loop way sooner next time. I'd also invest more into onboarding from day one. A lot of users don't struggle because your product is bad. They struggle because they don't immediately understand how to get value from it. Clear first steps, simple tooltips, and small moments of guidance make a massive difference. Another thing I'd do differently is set clearer boundaries on features. Saying yes to everything feels productive, but it quickly leads to complexity. Some of the best improvements I made came from removing features or simplifying flows, not adding more. And, finally, I'd worry less about perfection. Almost every meaningful improvement to fast folders came after shipping, not before. Momentum beats polish. Shipping something imperfect, learning from real usage, and iterating fast is what actually moves the product forward. Building fast folders throughout 2025 has honestly taught me more than any tutorial, course, or book ever could. Not because everything went smoothly, but because I had to deal with real users, real expectations, and real consequences when things didn't work. I learned that progress comes from shipping, listening, and improving in small steps, not waiting for the perfect moment. Every bug, every feature request, every late-night fix, it all added up to experience you just can't fake. It's not easy creating something from scratch, and you just can't tell if people will actually use your product or it will just vanish into the production graveyard. But if you plan properly, do your research, then this can all help you create something many people will find useful. If you're thinking about building your own app, take this as your sign to start. It doesn't need to be huge, it doesn't need to be revolutionary, it just needs to solve a real problem and get into people's hands. The clarity comes after you ship, not before. I'm going to keep documenting this journey, sharing what works, what doesn't, and everything in between. If it's the kind of content you enjoy, consider subscribing and following along, and I'll see you in the next one.